Who am I here with?
My name is Kasey Clark.
Kasey. Okay. And how you spell that?
Kasey.
Kasey. Okay, Kasey. Freak. How old are you?
45.
45 years old. Okay. And where you from?
I'm from Texas originally.
Texas. Okay. And how you end up here in Bakersfield?
Man, it's a long story.
Freak. You want to dive into
I
it?
was renting a place, and I had some friends that played a game out here,
Uh-huh.
an online game, and I played with them. And the guy out here said he would rent me a room for less than what I was paying in Texas. So my homegirl flew in from Canada, and we bought this truck and we drove out here. We took like a 4,000-mile trip because we drove over the Rockies like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and him didn't really get along. So when I got kicked out of there, I came up here to Bakersfield because it was either here or LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really want to live in LA.
Yeah. Gotcha.
There was a lot of adventures in between.
Gotcha. Okay. Damn. So, Kasey, Freak, what's some of the personal like experiences you faced out here on the streets of Bakersfield?
Man, the women out here are way more savage than anywhere else I've been in my life. They're more savage than the men out here.
Freak, like what? Like how so?
Like they will cut you up. They will cut you up with no questions asked. They don't care.
Yeah.
I have a friend who bit some chick's finger off because they were fighting and she just bit her finger off and just spit it on the ground and kept beating on her.
Damn.
Yeah. The same girl chased another girl around with a hammer.
Damn.
I've met some really cool people,
Mm-hmm.
but I've met some of the dumbest people I've ever met in my entire life.
Gotcha.
And I think California is way different than what people portray it as. I thought it would be much cleaner, and I thought everybody was going to drive little electric vehicles and stuff. And there's more trash and diesels here than I've ever seen in my life. And I come from the woods of East Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take it back. Like growing up as a kid, how was life for you?
Me and my brothers pretty much played outside all the time. My parents would whistle, and it meant that it was time to come in and eat.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
With the school, I made pretty good grades, and then I joined the military, and then I was all over the place, and I ended up here.
Hey, thank you for your service.
Thanks.
Okay, and what age you get out of the military?
I was 22.
Okay, and Freak, what like career or job did you pursue?
In the military?
Military and outside.
So I mowed lawns and worked in fast food before the military, and then I was a aircraft mechanic in the military, and then after I got out, I installed swimming pools. I've been a licensed insurance agent, a lot of customer service on the phone and from home in the office and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Worked in a warehouse. Yeah.
Gotcha. And stuff. So damn, like, growing up, like, for you ever thought, like, this be like your current circumstance?
No, not really. My parents pushed me to excel in school, and I did. I made all A's. And my dad wanted me to be a doctor or something. I didn't want to go to school. After high school, I was bored. I didn't want to go to school anymore, so I joined the military.
Gotcha. Freaking, all right, so Kasey, is there any steps you've taken to get off the streets of Bakersfield?
I am working with a couple of veterans groups to try to get into a more permanent circumstances.
Gotcha. And how's that going?
Slow. They told me that I would be here for 7 days, and that was in January.
Gotcha.
It's almost May.
And Freak, how you doing mentally?
I do all right. I do some volunteer work here at the mission, and that keeps me pretty sane.
Gotcha. Freak, what about emotionally?
I don't really worry about much emotionally. There's not I don't really get upset. I don't really get mad, and I don't really
Gotcha.
worry about much. I have a home, and right now, I mean, temporarily, and I have food in my belly, so that's good. That's pretty much all we can ask for.
Right. And I know earlier you talked about you know, having brothers. Freak, is there anything like you would like to say to like your siblings, any loved ones and stuff? You know, let them know how you're doing.
I talk to my brother Kyle sometimes, and my baby brother lives up in Washington, so I talk to him sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's pretty much it. I talk to a couple of my friends, but they don't really know anything other than what they already do.
Gotcha. Damn. You know, since like, you know, you said you were 45. You know, any like life lessons and stuff that like, you know, you learned, like, you know, the most like ones, like the ones that stuck out to you?
Don't talk shit to people you don't know. It's a good one. Careful who you make your friends. And in every relationship, one person loves the other one more than the other person loves them back.
Gotcha.
That's about it.
All right, Kasey. And do you consent to this video?
Yep.
All right, thank you, Kasey.